Makes things healthy.
For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Judy Woodruff in the Rio Grande Valley of Texas.
Arthur Z., one of the most acclaimed poets of our time, is celebrated for exploring the natural world, the human condition, and connections between cultures.
A second-generation Chinese-American based in Santa Fe, New Mexico, Z's work invites readers to deepen their sense of place and reflect on the world around them. Our senior arts correspondent, Jeffrey Brown, talked to him there about his life and work for our Arts and Culture series, Canvas.
When a black butterfly flits past, when you glimpse the outlines of apple trees.
The poetry of Arthur Z contains wonders and losses.
When Bering Aleut,
Can I get her out of here?
Tuscarora join the list of vanished languages.
It's there in his latest collection, Into the Hush, in a poem titled Anvil. The natural world and our place in it, human dramas, history.
When the time of your life is a time of earthquakes. When a woman hit by a car while crossing the street recovers, then slides into pain. When a Matsutake emerges out of the rubble of Hiroshima.
I'm trying to lay one world on top of another on top of another. I'm hoping to make a reader see that or experience that in that moment of time, so many different things can happen.
For the young Z, poetry happened in an unexpected way. The child of Chinese immigrants, he was expected to go into science or medicine. And he did make a start at MIT, but then...
It was a breakthrough and revelation for me to be sitting as a freshman at MIT in a calculus lecture, getting suddenly bored with it and turning to the back of my notebook and starting to write. I could feel a thrill of language that I think was latent there, so it just kind of erupted.
You know, I don't think I've ever heard that sitting
Don't
in
kill
a
Aslan,
calculus
please.
lab.
Come
at
on,
MIT.
Mortars, don't kill Aslan.
Poetry started for
Yes. A year later,
Let her be far
I'm
enough
starting
away,
my sophomore
please.
year at MIT, telling my parents, guess what, I'm going to leave MIT, transfer to UC Berkeley and pursue poetry.
I'm setting the bomb down here.
You can imagine, it was like, we can't believe you're doing this.
Now 74 and living in Santa Fe, New Mexico with his wife, fellow poet Carol Moldau, Z is one of the nation's most honored poets. Author of 12 volumes of poetry as well as books of translation and essays. Winner of the National Book Award and other major prizes. He first studied the Chinese language in order to read and then translate ancient Chinese poetry. Translation was his way into his own writing.
One of the amazing things about ancient Chinese poetry is how present tense they are. That you can read a poem by a poet such as Tao Yuanming, who died in 427 Common Era. He's got this great image of truth, and he says, I wish to tell you, but lose the words. He can't put it into language, he can't convey it. That sense of immediacy to me was astonishing as a young poet, that someone who lived at that time period, you can read the poetry and it could be happening today.
Later, Z would use that line in his poem in the form of a letter to the ancient Chinese poet. Another important influence, the Native American culture he encountered in New Mexico, and his years of teaching at the Institute of American Indian Arts, where he worked with a number of young Native poets who've gone on to prominent careers.
And a whole generation of Native students really have come through the Institute.
Something you're quite proud of, I guess.
I am.
Z writes often of the natural world around him, Santa Fe's high desert landscape, his daily hikes through the hills.
So this is how you get your water?
Yes, and then it runs downhill. It's all gravity fed.
The Asakia, or community irrigation canal, that provides water to him and his neighbors and becomes subject of a poem. He plays over and over with the sounds, meanings, and order of each word in line. He showed us a poem that resulted from some 88 drafts. And he gathers fragments and images wherever he goes.
I start to accumulate images that maybe don't necessarily appear to have anything to do with each other. And then that becomes really exciting. It's like the poem is emerging.
Okay, hopefully that won't kill Kelly.
Discovering. something new.
Are others? In a time of divided attention spans and politics, does poetry still have something to offer? Z says being at the margins might be the perfect place for an art form.
I forgot that picking up a person took an action, so I thought, hey, I can just run in there and grab that guy before the bombs come.
Is where people are willing to take risks and make new things, whether it's with language and poems or in paintings or music. All of these endeavors connect in the human endeavor of trying to find, I'm quoting Wallace Stevens, what will suffice, what will sort of give us an existence that's meaningful and worthy.
When under summer stars you have built a cabin in the wilderness.
Here's how Arthur Z's poem Anvil ends.
When in our bodies we ride the waves of our earth, here is the anvil on which to hammer your days.
For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Jeffrey Brown in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
You're not getting any back. She's definitely in the circle. She's definitely going to get killed. Don't even need the airstrike anyway.
And join us
We
here
took them out
tomorrow
before it
evening
could
when
even
we'll
come
speak
in.
with Ksenia Karolina in her first interview since being freed from Russia. We'll hear about her experience after she was in prison for donating $51 to Ukraine. And that is NewsHour for tonight. I'm Jeff Bennett.
And I'm Amna Navaz. On behalf of the entire NewsHour team, thank you for joining us.
Major funding for the PBS NewsHour has been provided by friends of the NewsHour,
Who was
including
Sarah
Jim
Smith?
and Nancy Bildner, and the Robert and Virginia Schiller Foundation.
Was that just a civilian that...
The Ford Foundation, working with visionaries on the front lines of
So
social change
Kelly got
worldwide.
hit by some.
Funding for America at a Crossroads was provided by
I need medical attention
and with the
now.
ongoing support of these individuals and institutions.
Damn it! Got it covered. In position.
Overwatch.
You can do this. On your order.
This program was made
Yeah, it's just
possible by the
people who are bleeding
Corporation
out,
for
'cause
Public
there goes the other
Broadcasting
guy who was
and by
bleeding out.
contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
I think they genuinely believe that they are tribunes for the unspoken truth, which is that everyone is as bigoted and hateful and small as they are, but it's just f***ing wrong. Hey everybody, I'm here with John.
Hi there.
We are going to cover the New York mayor's race, what happened in New York, why Mamdani was able to defeat former Governor Andrew Cuomo, what people are saying in the aftermath, and the unhinged right-wing reaction. Let's start with this.
We have just begun our walk through the entirety of Manhattan. We're at Inwood Hill Park at the tip top. We're outside because New Yorkers deserve a mayor that they can see, they can hear, they can even yell at.
Oh my gosh. I love volunteering for you. Thank you.
To everyone who pulls me aside to whisper with the best intentions, you have already won. I am sorry, but the days of moral victories are over. Because this is a campaign that is going to win on June 24th.
And he did.
And he did it. And he did it.
And you know why?
Why?
It's because he walked a lot.
He did.
That's it. It's the walking and the videos, and that's it.
I will say, you know, we joke a lot about wanting candidates who can draw a clock. And I agree that that's important. They shouldn't be able to draw a clock. We set our bar too low. I would like candidates that can traverse the places they're looking to lead.
That is very important.
Or at least and just to get ahead of any claims, I'm saying just to want to, right? By whatever means of conveyance, to talk to the people they're representing, right? Because you don't need to be able to walk.
Yeah,
it would be nice.
I didn't know this was avoiding the ableism.
We got to dodge an ableism charge.
Yep.
Get out of that.
Successful.
But there was this feeling in the days leading up to it, like if you watch the debate between Cuomo, Mamdani, and all the rest, like there was such a disdain in Cuomo's voice. Like he didn't, like this job was beneath him, that he was like doing everybody a favor by jumping in the race.
Also, what an attitude to have at a time when people are not very happy with the Democratic Party, and especially the Democratic establishment. The current mayor of New York, Democrat, has about a 20% approval rating. And you were sort of driven out of politics because you're a creep. And so you don't think you have to fight for the job? And I mean, I just never, like, what a fucking wild thing Andrew Cuomo decided to do.
And I think because he felt assured by the polls. And the polls were, we don't know how wrong they were versus how much they didn't capture some late momentum, but regardless, he was cocky, and he was counting on a bunch of money and endorsements to carry him over the finish line. It just didn't matter. It didn't work.
And, we should talk about why Zoran won, which no one knows for sure. And just like every other campaign and race in America, for as long as we know, there's multiple factors. Yeah, Andrew Cuomo is certainly one of them. I would say that Zoran's focus on cost of living, affordability. I think the slogan was like, "For New York, you can afford," and not just his focus on it, his like relentless focus on it. We talk a lot about. I mean, we have been banging the drum about like, Democrats should focus on the economy and cost of living. We talked about this with Biden. We talked about this with Kamala. We've been talking about this forever. And we've also talked about how a big challenge of doing that is the campaign, the opposing candidate, the media environment, everything else pulls you in all these other directions. So you have to respond to this issue and this issue and this issue and this issue. And I think it is a credit to him, to Zoran and his campaign, that they made the entire race about costs. And it wasn't just like a slogan kind of thing. There were obviously policies behind it, right? He talked about rent control everywhere. And rent control, I'm not sure I necessarily on board with that as the solution to housing. I think you need to build more housing. I think rent control doesn't allow you to build as much housing, or it disincentivizes building more housing. Maybe it's a solution in some areas, but super popular. Polls at like 70, 80%.
Well, but this is, I think, the other part of it too. So I think sometimes Democrats that look to appeal to a bunch of different people across a bunch of different issues and are worried about alienating different parts of the coalition end up with more sanded down versions of proposals, whether they are actually sanded down or their rhetoric is soft and watered down. Either way, you end up with a bunch of things that pull pretty well, right? Mamdani's going out there with big, clear, bold policies that have a lot of potential political blowback, right? A lot of critics of it, a lot of people that are don't like it. But I think there was two things that were important. One, he believed that the top line salience of these ideas would help people know him and understand him, and that it would really break through. And then two,
he also made them salient.
Yes, and he made them salient. But the other part of this too, which I think is very much lost when this is a local race that's sort of nationalized and a lot of people are consuming it in this context-free way, is people online or critics from the right or people not paying close attention will ask rhetorical questions like, well, how are you going to pay for this? Or how on earth would this work? Or what happens if this happens? And he's answering those questions, right? If you're actually paying attention, if you're in the city, he's methodically trying to answer those concerns by doing basically any interview he is asked to do. And like that was my experience of talking to him. Like I asked him about this question. I asked him this question about the effect of freezing the rents on the market, and he has an answer, which is this is one part of a larger plan, right? Like he has thought through how to assuage people's concerns, and more than that, what I found in talking to him is he's genuinely he's not just aware of the criticisms, he's intellectually curious and thoughtful.
He's grappling with
them. Yes, he's genuinely grappling with them. And
not in a bullshitty way.
No, not at all. And so like that to me was really impressive.
And not just not in a bullshitty way, also in a way where he is, and I noticed this, I noticed this in his interview with Tim Miller of the Bulwark. Minus the end about the globalize the Intifada answer. But his whole stance in that interview was trying to convince Tim, trying to persuade Tim. And he was doing that. He does that with everyone, right? He's trying to, like, you don't agree with me. Even that clip we just saw. Even if you want a mayor to yell at, even if you want to yell at me, right? Like, he comes across as reasonable, which I think is the other. I mean, there is this sort of dumb online debate that we don't have to get into. That is like, is it? Some people are like it's just his policies. It was the policies that did it, and it's him. It's the candidate. It's clearly both. There are plenty of other either DSA candidates or progressives who have similar policies who have not been successful. There are also other Democrats, center-left Democrats, moderate Democrats, who talk about costs, who have not been successful.
Yeah.
And then there are candidates across the ideological spectrum who are quite charismatic, who have not been successful. He is a real talent, clearly, and he's a talent because he ran this campaign that he was joyful, reasonable, comfortable in his own skin. He talked to everyone. He went everywhere. He never stopped. There's an energy that you sense, not just from the videos, but from him, where he's just relentless and he's working for it, which is, again, the perfect foil to that is Andrew Cuomo, right? Like, so it matched the moment really well. But so I don't think you can necessarily, in terms of how he won, divorce or like separate. You just say that it was the policy or the candidate. It was clearly both.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I remember, like, I talked to Tim. We both had interviewed Mamdani, and then we ended up recording like a day or two later, and even Tim, who's obviously to the right of Mamdani,
gave me a bad
was
performance
so kind of
review.
disgusted by the Cuomo.
Motherfucker. How dare you? I literally killed the last Chosen that month, and Optimus Prime was still telling me, mediocre performance.
Aspect of this, and I think had been genuinely kind of impressed by Mamdani, that like we were jokingly talking about that if he were in New York, he would have ended up ranking him, right? And like I think that was the feeling just in talking to him that, and we said this before the election, that like, how does somebody who's 33 end up succeeding in this way? Well, like, first of all, he managed to build an incredible campaign, right? Which is a testament to the kind of manager and leader he is. But also, he's just a really smart, talented guy.
Yeah.
Then the results started coming in, and it became pretty quickly evident that Cuomo was not going to do what he had to do, and that Mamdani was having an extraordinary night. And that led to this moment when Brad Lander, who deserves a lot of credit for cross-endorsing with Mamdani, said this about the former governor of New York.
Andrew Cuomo is in the past. He is not the present or future of New York City. Good fucking riddance.
Let me tell you about that guy.
So good.
Little
grabby.
I
mean, what?
Everyone's saying fucking yesterday.
Yeah.
All kinds of politicians.
Yeah, everybody's
Trump
saying
said it in the morning.
Trump's saying it. Lander's saying it. First of all,
Cuomo
really
just
was
like,
Brad
if
Lander,
Trump
and
can
he
win.
It was clear, like, he was, I think, genuinely likes Mamdani, but the antipathy and disdain he had, not just for Cuomo, but for people who were getting behind Cuomo, you could really feel, because when I talked to him, he gave such a good answer for why Cuomo would just be a bad mayor, not based on criticisms of who he was in the past or what he did in the past or all these terrible scandals or sexual harassment, which are all fucking terrible, but specifically why him as a person would fail because of his flaws. And I thought it was an excellent answer. My fear going into the election was that because of all these controversies and the money being dropped on the race and the fact that Cuomo has all these Trump-like, unlimited number of reasons to despise him, that the clear message wouldn't break through. But I think it's clear that it did. And then there's just like the one, when I was talking to Tim about this, I was like, how fun will it be to say fuck you to all the people that got behind Cuomo? And he's like, that's a good reason.
Yeah, until they try to get him into the general or try to pull something like that. I also think, to the extent that you can draw any lessons for Democrats nationally, which I think everyone should, of course, be very wary about, because a New York City primary electorate is quite different from most other electorates in the country. But Rebecca Katz, who's been on our pods many times, she did media for Zoran. and she wrote a piece in the New York Times today, and basically mentioned that like this generational split, this idea of like people are tired of the old guard, they're tired of the establishment. You heard Lander say past versus future, and that they want Democratic candidates who are going to go out there and relentlessly talk about the cost of living and make it an issue and be more creative and be interesting. And she, she said, look, Pat Ryan, who we've also had on before, Congressman, more moderate than Zoran, but had a similar vibe in how he talked about cost of living. He talked about like patriotic populism. She talked about Ruben Gallego, who she worked with in Arizona, who outran Kamala by 7 points, even though the National Party at first was like, Ruben Gallego, too progressive, or is he right, or whatever else. And like, he ran his own race again, which is much different than Zoran's race, but did it well. And so I do think that there's lessons to be learned for other Democrats across the country where you can still fit with your electorate, but be bold, exciting, creative, and again, focus on what people actually fucking care about.
Yeah, like I do think that because there have been so few examples of challenges to the establishment on the left that haven't been from the left, you end up with that as the kind of dichotomy, and that's what we had and that's partly because of Bernie's success, but you look at the three most successful, to me, politicians in Democratic politics over the last several decades, it's Barack Obama, it's Bernie Sanders, and it's Hillary Clinton in terms of kind of galvanizing a movement or being someone that challenges the establishment. And Bernie, it's from the left. Obama, it's outside, inside, and Clinton, it's from the right, right? And that spoke to the political conditions of the time. That spoke to their own worldview. But it does point out that like some of this is obviously deeply ideological, and that's very important to this race. But there are many ways you can kind of prove your bona fides as someone challenging the establishment. I also I knew, but I didn't realize how many people who had endorsed Cuomo had also called on Cuomo to resign.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. And the fact that like Bloomberg drops $8 million, that there's $36 million of super PAC, what a fucking, what a waste, what an absolute waste. All these people from out of state or even in state just dropping money in at the last minute that led to fucking nothing. I hope those people feel very pleased with themselves. All right, so now we have Mamdani winning, and as you might expect, this immediately led to a pretty unhinged reaction from the right. Let's see what we've got. I think it's Charlie Kirk.
If you live in New York City, do you want to vote for Mohammed Mao? That's basically what it is. You have Mohammed Mao as a blended political dynamic. He is the candidate for freaks who hate normal people and resentful immigrants who hate the West. And we imported his base in New York City. And if we are serious about taking back America and taking about Western civilization, if we are serious about the reclamation project in front of us, if we are serious
Tim Pool had Ann Coulter on.
Zoran
I was watching that earlier.
Must be defeated. Forget a mosque. You're going to get a mayor. You're not just going to get like a singular place of religious gathering. There will be a potential Muslim mayor of New York City, the largest city in America and one of the most important cities on the planet.
Yeah, wow, just some pretty fucking... I hadn't seen just the full extent of just how just blatantly bigoted and racist that is.
I haven't seen it at all. That was my first impression.
We're going to make the whole city out of the Ground Zero Mosque.
I will say my first reaction, having watched that just now, is how out of touch Charlie Kirk sounds with the vast majority of Americans. And we have talked before about how, people's views on immigration are one way, and that people have gotten a little more conservative on undocumented immigration, all that. But that and what Stephen Miller was tweeting today. I mean, Charlie Kirk, obviously very influential pundit on the right, MAGA pundit, but Stephen Miller, the most powerful person in the federal government aside from Trump, started talking about, well, this is what happens when a third of all New York City residents are foreign born, and 2/3 of New York City's children
Foreign-born.
live in the household.
That's what
with a
Ann Coulter
foreign-born
kept
parent.
saying. That's their new
and
thing.
Matt Walsh and all the rest of the right wings were like, the problem that we, and Charlie Kirk tweeted
They
this
love
too,
saying
the
that.
problem is not just illegal immigration anymore. It's mass immigration. It's immigration altogether. Which I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
It is not in line with the views of most Americans in poll after poll after poll, but they are very open about the fact that, oh, no, we're starting with illegal immigration, but we want to get rid of all the immigrants.
Well, they well, not even all the immigrants that are from what they describe as the third world. They're talking about the brown and black.
Right, they've been saying
That's
third
what
world.
she
They
kept
now say
saying as
third
well,
world.
Ann Coulter.
The what? Because they, Mamdani, someone who
The third
moved to
world.
this country as an immigrant, as a child.
We're importing the
an
third
American.
world and
By the way,
foreign-born.
all voters in
If you-
this
if you import the
election were
third world, you
Americans.
become the third world.
We used to.
Yep, that's what
be
she was saying.
Proud of.
The Nazis love that
first-generation
shit.
Americans, their parents, immigrants.
Well,
their
Ann
kids,
Coulter is in
building
fact
a better life in America.
a
And,
Nazi,
look,
not a
it's
fascist.
almost like, I know it's resistance cringe. I know, but so
Not
New York has always been-
my real dad.
Like I'm
Oh
from New York. New
my
York has always
God.
been.
I swear to God.
The this
every time I
capital
open Twitter,
of
it's a
immigration
fucking
in America.
meme.
It has been the place so many immigrants have come through. It has
Can
always
we
been
just pause it?
the most diverse city in the country. I don't know how you count that.
Okay. So, I retweeted Syrian Girl, right? And I'm just like, not Syrian Girl's replies, full of Nazis, right? Why wouldn't a sadist be followed and interacted by so many Nazis? Totally makes zero sense considering Baathists are definitely not Arab Nazis, right? You can't make this shit up. Swastika and everything. Like, the second I saw this,
Yep.
I had
All
to
right,
bring it
Jack,
up.
you go straight
And
to hell, man. You know
the,
what? You're banned from the show, man.
I'm home now, so I can put these on my soundboard.
Oh,
Are they-
no,
are they all on
well,
the
you
drive?
have a new one I made for you.
Fantastic.
Already on there.
Alright. But yeah, so that, hilarious. Like, thanks.
I also have my own definition of liberals.
Okay.
If you missed the cue for the liberal song, I have my own now.
Liberals don't have kids. They abort their kids. They sterilize their kid.
That's great. Totally not Arab Nazis. We are Arab National Socialists.
Swastika in the name is the funniest part. No, I don't think she's denying it.
No, she's not.
She's being like, we are Nazis, actually.
I just replied with thanks for confirmation, lol. That is so funny.
We're Nazis.
Did
you know the ad where
Did
it's
you
like, I
show
used to
this?
be an addict, now I'm not.
Hold on.
Because, like, you know, the only people who make more money than the drug dealers are the people who get you off the drugs, right? You ever hear that?
The God people.
No, just rehabs in general.
Rehab people. I mean, of course they do.
That's what Scanner Darkly is about, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
But
did you play this on stream?
I have not
You
shown
just
it
tagged
yet.
me.
No. Well, I have. I think I have seen it on stream, but.
Yeah.
We just thank you right now, Lord, from the east, the west, the north, and the south. You will shake America with your power and your glory. We cancel every assignment of the enemy. This nation was birthed to be one nation under God, and we are standing on the soil of the White House, and we are declaring your word. Every place that our foot will trod, you will give it to us, and we are taking the land. We thank you, O Lord. You have brought us to the kingdom for a time such as this, and this is the time. And so we declare right now, from the capital of our nation, that America will come back to God. We will come back to God. Nothing will stop this nation.
We'll come
And
back
we
to
stand
God.
right now by the authority of heaven. You told us to bring heaven to earth. Heaven is being released.
I fucking hate these people.
The tongues in the background though is so funny.
Fucking crazy.
Literally, yes. You did just see an insane person.
Yep. Oh look.
Come back to God.
Elon account. Alright, blocked.
It must be awesome being that into it, you know?
I want to know how you get to that point. I guess it's no different than anyone else who's like super into
Anyway, basically it was this rehab that had so much money they advertised on TV.
Amazing.
Right? And it played all the time. And it's like just talking about how you'll fix your life. Just come to this insanely luxury resort rehab. And then it cuts to the guy who runs it. And he straight up, in this exact voice, he goes, I should know. I used to be an addict. Now I'm not. So I'll just put in different things like the word Nazi, but I'll take it from the like how to pronounce, so it'll be like a robotic Nazi. So it's like, I should know. I used to be a Nazi. Now I'm not.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Sky
Drew
Ranger
just posted
recall
a
confirmed.
thing. The mic from PA guy messaged him. Firstly,
Epic.
Don't fucking message people. You lose. Automatically, if you're losing...
No, well, look. If you're Mike from PA, do whatever, because you've already lost.
But, like, it's so funny. If you go out of your way to message someone that's annoyed you online, you lose. You lost. Don't do that. There's a bad idea. You look pathetic. And if you do it to me, I will send you pictures of penises. I don't care. Like, I did it to somebody the other day. Fuck these people. I will fuck with you. Like, fuck you. But Drew said he was contemplating on giving up on politics until this dude won New York. Which is funny because it's a city mayoral race.
Because he
Shut the fuck
wants
up.
to fuck his wife.
I guess so.
He's having major conflictions. Because she's so hot. I'm not kidding.
I know, I've seen. She's Syrian, right? I think that's what that Syrian girl was saying.
I thought Syrian Cyprus.
Mm.
Maybe. I don't know.
Not relevant. But yeah, so he's saying that he's going to continue out of pure spite. So the only thing that's really appropriate to say is you should quit. You should actually quit. Stop it. Log off. You have abandoned
In
your
position to
entire
drop.
principle. Like, this is the funny thing, right? Like, Drew, when we spoke to him, was definitely not the way he is now.
Yeah, completely different person.
Like,
well, don't you understand? that he had an epiphany.
Of course. Like when I met him in, I think 22, maybe 23, start of 23. He was very much not like this. The only way that somebody who is anti-China because of human rights and anti-Russia because of human rights is pro-Israel without getting paid or being an agent. Like, there is no explanation outside of that why you would change like this unless you got given a lot of money. Like, money to change things. So, you know, like, it is sad because it's like he was on the right side. He was careful about what he shared. He was careful about the information. He would only really utilize information from people on the ground who are actually protesting what he was protesting. And now he's sitting here arguing against the Palestinians in a similar scenario like China and Russia puts ethnic minorities in. Like, obviously it's not to the genocidal state, and you can argue that China is doing the genocide, the cultural genocide, physical genocide, I don't know. It's hard to get information out. At minimum, it's definitely cultural. They are eliminating Islam from the country. They are implementing Sinicization policies. If the reports of boarding schools in Tibet are true, then they're also assimilating the Tibetans now through children.
We tolerate the blacks.
After 60 plus years of PLA occupation. Like, that's a pretty serious thing to talk about. And there is no room for overlap.
Recon picked up a transmission from a disabled Advent troop transport that the resistance locked down in this area.
It's not
The
logically
aliens haven't
consistent.
managed to
It's
get
not
this
morally
thing moving,
consistent.
so we're going in to try and seize whatever materials we can from it.
It's just
So anyway, this interview with Ann Coulter was kind of funny because you could tell it multiple times. Tim was like, "Whoa, that's really racist," and still was trying to navigate to be the fence sitter agreeable guy.
Yeah. Oh no. Not Genshin Impact.
Is it like an ARPG? I could play it. If they were really into it, I would get into it. If it's an ARPG.
I think Genshin Impact is kind of like what's that big sword game on the Switch? God damn it. That Switch game
Zelda.
is Red Lady Robot and Big Sword. Looks like that
Zelda.
comes up.
Menace 1-5. The Advent troop transport is nearby. Engage and eliminate all hostile forces. So it is decided.
I'm just gonna get my Switch in check.
I need cover. 10-4.
Spider-Woman? What's
Time to
your
go.
name? Penny Parker?
Penny.
Posey Parker?
No, it's Penny. Posey Parker's a turf.
How do you know Penny's not?
True. Makes a good point.
On my way.
Xenoblade Chronicles. I feel like it's a little bit like Xenoblade.
Yes, Commander.
But
Is
I
that
actually,
an ARPG?
I don't fucking know. It's a Switch game.
Good
Has a
copy.
big sword.
Moving on target.
It's kind of cool. It's an interesting game.
On Overwatch. Scanning.
On Overwatch. What did I say it was
Look,
called?
my Tachikoma heals everyone inside its shield now. Custodians. Oh shit.
Yeah, so Xenoblade is an ARPG. Let's see if I fucking nailed that. Yeah, it is an ARPG. Okay, I fucking nailed it. Look at me go. Regular ass fucking gamer here. Chinese game making it look Japanese.
Is it woke?
I think it is actually.
Forward into the light, my kin.
No.
I don't know what.
I could have thrown a grenade at them. Great.
My failure is my own.
Yeah, if you die, I'm not resetting after what you just did.
Oh yeah, this looks exactly the same as Xenoblade. My Saudi friend fucking loves this game. She's obsessed. Every time I see the PlayStation progress, it's like she's playing Genshin Impact. I feel like Genshin Impact is targeted at women though. Because I swear I only see women playing it. Disco, disco. Party, party. Fetterman posting about Israeli soldiers dying. Who gives a fuck?
Shouldn't have been standing there.
Exactly. They deserved it. Actually deserved it.
Hostile target down. Heading out. They've seen me.
Oh, good boy, puppy.
A righteous strike.
Look at him. Oh, can't. Hold on. That one. Doggo. Come here. Sit. Archie.
I am inbound.
They can't see you, puppy.
Attacking now!
Puppy. Archie. Archie. Come here.
They're onto me.
Well, there he is. Thieves. Smile for the camera. Come.
Try me!
Smile for the camera.
Tap them!
Uh-oh.
Watch out, puppy.
That was for me. Found some gear. You brought this on yourself. There's one.
Oh my god. This fucking girl who replied, the Syrian Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
Her bio is amazing. First hashtag is Syrians are white and powerful.
It's for long.
That all you got?
Next one is end white genocide. And then communism, Judaism. Amazing. And then no to Anne Frank agenda. Whatever that means.
Jew.
One of the most diverse places in the country, if not the world. And
This
you know,
variation of the
I even think of like
archon
the New York
must
accent,
surely
right?
be the
Which is an
modified
accent that is
subject
just
Dr.
the
Valen has been
result of immigration.
experimenting
It is the
on. She didn't have
combination
to upgrade
of all
their
the people
equipment
that
in the
came
process.
in to New York.
No wonder
And
these things escaped from
I
the lab.
remembered that Stephen Miller's family, just like my family, at about the same time, came to New York, escaping the pogroms in Eastern Europe to build a better life in this country. That's why he's here. And there were a lot of people at the time that didn't like all these Italians and Jews and Polacks and Irish coming to our country. There were natives at the time that tried to stop that. But fortunately, they failed. They did succeed later. He is right? It is true that the nativists, that the anti-immigrant nativists did manage to restrict immigration in this country, had terrible consequences, not just here, but for the world. It is one of the reasons many Jews were turned away while the Holocaust was unfolding. But the population of immigrants when our families came to this country in New York City was higher than it is today, right? It made New York. And I know that doesn't matter to him, but it reminded me of just how disgraceful this is, because they benefited from the system of immigration that built this country. This is like it's un-American, and
if Zohan wins, I'm
disdain
moving.
for the city and
Kill
the
the
people.
hostile.
And then this was what I
they,
said.
They have no love of any of these places. They hate California. They hate New York. They hate us. And they sort of judge from afar,
Confirmed
calling us
kill.
white freaks and all the rest. And I don't like it.
Are the titles ready?
Houston.
They like Houston.
No.
Houston's the most diverse city.
What do you
really?
want?
How does that? How do they?
Fucking New Yorker. Oh, you New Yorkers.
Well, that
the
would
center
be
of the universe.
Well, it
The
depends how
whole
you define-
country. The whole country is the most diverse country in the world.
Well, I guess you mean diverse as in it has the greatest proportion of people that are non-white.
Non-white. Yeah,
non-white. Right.
So
but,
I guess
but
there's
New
a
York
huge
is a
black population.
Right. But I just there's many ways. There's, as I said,
I know,
I did say there's many ways to quantify it. I'm just saying, as a place where people from all over the world come, New York City is an extraordinary place. It's a beacon. It's a beacon. Greatest.
I can't handle fucking New Yorkers sometimes. All right, that's like the only place on earth.
Honestly, sit him next to Charlie Kirk. This fucking guy.
They are like that.
Unbelievable.
New Yorkers think that it's the only and greatest place that exists.
Boston. This is fucking.
They're very
Boston,
annoying.
Boston shit coming through the surface.
I'll wait
No,
to fly
New
for
Yorkers.
LA too.
I love LA.
People from the
I love
city.
LA. The two most diverse cities.
Yeah, no, they are bad people.
movimiento.
They do not like people who are different than them. And also, I know this isn't the most important point, but the whole fucking great replacement theory is not just racist and xenophobic.
It's cringe.
Dumb. It is wrong. Donald Trump won immigrant citizens who voted in the last election. He won them.
It's ironically a testament to our argument because our hope that immigrants don't just build this country, but they come and become part of this country, and that's like part of our greatness.
And sometimes they vote Republican. In the last election, more of them did than not. And you know what? I'm okay with more immigration. More immigration. Do I think, oh no, well if we get more immigration, they vote Republican, then that's bad. No, I don't care. I want more immigrants. It's a great, diverse country. And that's what America is.
And then try to persuade them, and then especially New York and Los Angeles, Los Angeles and New York, and then try to persuade them perhaps as citizens. There's a kind of like, yeah. I mean, look, it's so transparent now. They feel so comfortable. It actually speaks to the bubble they're in, to be honest, right?
Yes.
As you were saying, because they feel so
That's why
comfortable
it's
now.
out of touch.
It's completely out of touch. They think they can just take their masks off because they genuinely believe. I think they genuinely believe that they are tribunes for the unspoken truth, which is that everyone is as bigoted and hateful and small as they are. But it's just fucking wrong. It's just wrong. And we'll leave it there. Mamdani wins. Cuomo loses.
Reload.
We move on to the general.
Yeah. Can't wait to find out what we're fighting about next week. Do us a favor. Click subscribe. We really appreciate it. It helps us. It helps us get this in front of more people. It helps us grow this channel. It helps us build this progressive media company. It helps us make more content.
It's killing time. Ricarica eseguita. Occupo la zona. Moving to position.
Oh, right, there's still a guy over there.
Like those they torment. My strike surges forth. Only the armor.
Looks like one of them came back for more. Let's make sure to take it out this time.
Attacking!
Moving to designated coordinates.
I am targeted.
Fuck! I'm hit!
Their armor still holds. I did not stop them.
Tachikoma. Shred this motherfucker's armor.
It's trying to grab one of our people. Don't let it take them.
Oh my god, the Tachikoma's fucking him up.
It's trying to open one of those rifts. Stop it.
I'm on it.
I cannot believe.
Not good.
Did I make them understand how big, truly big my penis is?
Nemico eliminato. Vado in posizione.
On Overwatch.
You can do this.
I will watch. It did not stop them.
La.
The elders have protected them well.
Bang!
Sometimes when the Tachikawa misses, the voice line that plays is, "It was a dud!"
Amazing. Did you upload the soundbite I asked for yesterday? Or the day before?
What one?
The power of the
There was a couple that I was like, you should make sound bites out of these.
make it through.
I only made that one.
I was shielded.
Because I wanted the ones that you had on here for the soundboard.
Those are mine.
Or whatever.
A good death.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
about
it was
to win.
literally
Just give me
the
2
Shrek
seconds.
ones. No, it was the Shrek ones.
Yeah, I
That's
got
the
them.
ones I wanted.
Don't worry about it. I gotta organize my folder too, so all the ones that I want to use for
Moving out.
videos are in a folder I can access.
Okay.
Kill confirmed. Roger that.
Sono in allerta.
I will not waver.
Affirmative. Covering now. Yeah, I didn't get it.
Forgive me.
We're very good at this, no? Already there.
We should move.
We're green to go.
Approach.
Reloading.
Affermativo.
I'm on it. Moving to Overwatch.
Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
In Jim Lee, Washington.
Makes no sense.
Fuck!
Okay. All right, Jack, you go straight to hell, man. You know what? You're banned from the show, man.
Just trying to fix something.
Now you should be able to see him. Past that a lot of folks might not know about. We're going to talk about some after effects of the war between Iran and Israel, and we're going to talk about some things that could potentially leave some long-lasting impact. Specifically, starting off with the International Atomic Energy Agency, because Iran recently made a decision to suspend cooperation with them, and that likely stems from the escalating tensions following the U.S. and Israeli airstrikes on its nuclear facilities. We're going to start off with that. Now, the Iranian parliament voted overwhelmingly on June 25th of 2025 to halt cooperations with the International Atomic Energy Agency inspections, and also to limit access to nuclear sites until security of these facilities is guaranteed. This move, which passed with 221 votes in favor, with one abstention and no in opposition in the 290-member parliament, awaits approval from the Guardian Council and the Supreme National Security Council, chaired by President Masoud Pezeshkian, before becoming law. Now, the decision was spurred by Iran's perception that the International Atomic Energy Agency has acted with political bias, particularly for failing to condemn the attacks on its nuclear sites in Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan, which Iran claims violated the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Now, the Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf accused the IAEA of losing credibility and becoming a, quote, political tool, end quote, by not fulfilling its obligations to ensure the safety of Iran's nuclear infrastructure. Now, Iran continues to insist that its nuclear program is peaceful, citing a religious decree by Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei prohibiting nuclear weapons, but they view that the IAEA's silence as complicity in the attacks. Now, this suspension could severely limit IAEA oversight, potentially blocking inspections and access to surveillance data, which experts warn may undermine global non-proliferation efforts and further isolate Iran diplomatically. Now, the IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi has expressed significant concern over this, noting that nearly 900 pounds of enriched uranium are unaccounted for after Iran removed materials ahead of the strikes. 900 pounds of enriched uranium unaccounted for. Nobody knows where it is. Could be anywhere. Could be getting smuggled on a container ship somewhere for all we know. And you could definitely make a dirty bomb with 900 pounds of enriched uranium, even if it's not enriched up to 90% like what's needed for typical weapons grade uranium or plutonium. The director of the IAEA has called for resumed cooperation.
Wow, Headphone users being injured.
Now, obviously, the situation with the IAEA and Iran remains fluid, and it can go back and forth. But the problem is that Iran's never going to tell anybody the absolute truth on anything, because why would they? There's nothing forcing them to. My guess would be that the regime will continue to do the bare minimum to get by, so that way people leave them alone and allow them to continue their development of their nuclear facilities in the country. We'll see how that plays out. All right, so I never thought I'd be talking about this, but yes, the Liver King apparently got arrested in Austin, Texas on June 24th of 2025, and he was charged with a terroristic threat, which is a Class B misdemeanor. So the guy's real name is Brian Johnson, and he was arrested following an Instagram video post on June 23rd, where Johnson challenged Joe Rogan to a fight, saying, quote, "Joe Rogan, I'm calling you out. Man to man, I'm picking a fight with you. I have no training in jiu-jitsu. You're a black belt. You should dismantle me." End quote. And here's the video.
Joe Rogan, I'm calling you out. My name's Liver King. Man to man, I'm picking a fight with you. Yeah. I have zero training in jiu-jitsu. You're a black belt. You should dismantle me. But I'm picking a fight with you. Your rules, whatever you want me to weigh, I'll weigh it. I weighed 190 this morning. I'll come to you whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready to go.
This guy's-
Not a vibration plate, by the way. That's what I'm saying.
This guy's out of his mind.
While authorities have not officially confirmed the target of the threat, it's pretty obvious that he was talking about Joe Rogan. He literally says Joe Rogan's name in the video. Now, his family posted a video of him being handcuffed and placed in a police vehicle in Austin, which is what you saw at the beginning of this video, although the Austin Police Department hasn't released much more information other than that. Here's another strange video that he posted as well that I found kind of odd.
Record anything and everything. Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight. Honorable.
The reason he probably got arrested was because of how odd and strange his behavior was in this stuff. I'm sure that was easily interpreted as possibly a threat. And here's the thing about Joe Rogan. And I don't know Joe personally. I'm not personal friends with him. I would love to be personal friends with him. I'm sure a lot of people would be. But I've been listening to him for like probably better part of 5-6 years now. And he's at a place in his life where I would imagine, if I had to guess, this is just an assumption on my part, that the only
Bro's being
people that have
gaslit into
granted access
psychosis.
to his life are the people that he is willing to allot time to, because his time is extremely valuable. Because once you've gotten to that level of fame, like whatever time you have throughout the day is very valuable, and you're not gonna like grant people time to even have any type of an impact on your life unless it's something that you're like, you know, this is a good friend of mine, or this is a business relationship that I want to continue to foster. He's certainly not going to grant time to people that are acting in this manner online. He doesn't like interact with folks that are just trying to go viral from, you know, wacky, what's the word for it, content that is just kind of clickbaity almost, you know. I think a lot of the big social media influencer personality folks you see out there, they try to do like super crazy, wild, viral stuff because they know that it's going to get engagement. It's not necessarily beneficial to anybody, but this is just like one of the things that happens. So I think maybe Brian Johnson was trying to challenge Joe Rogan to a fight because he was hoping that maybe it would like help bring some attention back to his platform, and Joe was just it probably wasn't even on his mind. He was probably like, hey, you know, let the authorities deal with it. I'm not allocating time to this at all. I've got too much other stuff going on.
Honestly,
so that's my
good
2
choice.
cents. I don't know if that's accurate or not. That's just what I would assume, you know, based on just having listened to him for 6 years and listened to like the things that he says. That would be my guess. Plus, Joe Rogan has like a huge security team of like Navy SEALs and former like operators and stuff like that. So even if like for some reason the police didn't get involved, like Joe's got a serious security
Shut
team.
up, baby.
There may be some schizophrenic folks out there that think whatever, and that's just like for an extra protection measure for him. So anyway,
Like
so there
Liver
have been
King?
some journalists in the media who've been a little bit skeptical on the effectiveness of the U.S. strikes on the Iranian nuclear complexes, and so the Pentagon came out recently, actually the Secretary of Defense came out recently addressing that, stating, quote, "Anyone who says the bombs were not devastating is just trying to undermine the president president and the successful mission, end quote. Now, the quote was obviously presented as a general response to the critics who were questioning the effectiveness of the U.S. strikes. But the thing that's more important to me about this is the fact that this photo of the Secretary of Defense looks suspiciously just like Fry from Futurama. So currently it's estimated that somewhere between 50% and 66% of Iran's ballistic missile capabilities have been destroyed as of this point after this short-term war between Israel and Iran. On June 16th of 2025, the Israeli Defense Force was reporting, or at least claiming to report, that they had destroyed approximately 1/3 of Iran's long-range surface-to-surface missile launchers, which totals over 120 launchers. By June 17th, one day later, estimates were suggesting around 40 to 50% of their ballistic missile launchers had been destroyed, with the IDF reporting 200 launchers destroyed. And then by June 19th, 2 days after that, an Israeli military official stated that approximately 2/3 of Iran's ballistic missile launchers had been destroyed, leaving Iran with just over 100 operations.
How's the volume?
Mayor Cheeseburger of Burger Town, my true political hero. How did I do? Fantastic! You were the greatest! I know it! Thanks, Bergie. Are you real, by the way? Pretty sure you're just insane. One way to find out. I was wrong. I am real. It's gonna be a great election. The best election.
Wow. All right. How's the volume?
Good. Wait, are you by a shelter? Oh no, you're still in the south. At the farm. My audio might be too low, but I'm not sure.
Too low?
Might be. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
Because it's hard to tell until there's loud noises.
Yeah.
And it goes in and out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Hey! What are you doing? You are a very naughty rodent. Like your combo.
That's what those glowing things were.
What?
Didn't do the delivery yet.
So kind of you to come and see us again.
I didn't come to see you.
Look how much there is.
Wow. I wasn't expecting all this.
We got it.
Wow, grab. Expert mover. Cool. Elite mover. Huh. Okay. Master mover. Okay, then.
Oh, before I forget, there's something we want you.
Wow, it looks heavy.
Oh, special alloys. Or
It
lightweight.
is not heavy.
Lightweight ceramics.
Yep.
Don't be a stranger.
Don't be a stranger.
Good work.
Shake the baby.
That's not how you do it.
I'm gonna save it. Let's walk. Well, they shouldn't have been standing there.
What I'll do is I'll wear the speed skeleton, and then I'll put my power skeleton on the first cart.
Okay.
And then it's like, if both my carts get full, and I need more, then I can grab the power skeleton off the cart and put the speed skeleton on the cart.
Mm. Not a bad way. Medals. Thanks.
If you just pick them up in your hand, you can place them on the cart too.
I know you said that.
You know, if you've got a floating carrier but no cargo worth mentioning, you might try hopping on it yourself.
Don't.
Uh-oh, I got pinged. Did I? Maybe.
What? I mean, you're in mule territory. But they're on the other side of the field. So you can raid them and run out before they show up.
What?
You can raid them and run out before they show up. They're on the other side of the field. Oh, your buddy, you so happy? You kicked the wall?
Oh my god, this thing can take so much.
What?
The trolley.
Yeah, like the truck, it's slot based more than it is weight based.
Yeah.
So you can put, I think, 6 or 8 drums on it.
Okay.
I think it's 6.
Oh, that's right, there's a truck here that I wanted. That's why I came here.
What's also cool about the carrier is you can detach the rope from them.
Yeah.
So you can just leave your cargo somewhere safe.
Mm-hmm. It does stop time. Nice.
Uh-huh.
Motherfucker. The fuck? Am I out? I just carry it by hand. I'll throw it at one of them. No, still got him. Nice. There must still be people here. It's fine. Ah, fucking motherfucker. Ah, got him. Nick. Sure. He just walks right past me.
Sam, it looks like one of your containers has been compromised. No need to panic, so long as you don't drop it. The contents shouldn't sustain any damage. And if the cargo itself is okay, then your eval won't be affected. Just take a little extra care from here on out, and you'll be fine. Good luck.
Cool. Truck is mine. This BB motherfucker.
Somebody needs to tell her that her pussy stinks.
Oh no, not the ping. Whatever they're gonna do. Thanks, not. Okay. I know, Sam.
Battery's about to die.
Well, looks like I'm walking.
Didn't you just get that van?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm no one's messenger boy, all right? I'm a delivery boy.
Ran out of battery that quick? Must not have had anything to begin with, huh?
There it is. Nice.
You don't have to throw it, you just have to set it down.
But I want to throw it. Alright, let's get a move on. Calm down, Sam. Fuck yeah. Damn.
You can fit one more. If you look at the slot on it.
Yeah.
Right?
One more.
So take the small one off. Put that one on your back, and then put the one on the ground on it. Perfect. So that's how much it can stack. So I think it is 6.
That's what I need to go.
Yeah. Remember, you can set your waypoints, so and it will give you a path.
Almost
See, now it's,
truck.
it was silent there.
There's a what?
It was silent because the audio goes in and out. I think it's dependent on if you're talking. So when you stop talking, it also stops listening for the game.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. That's fucking
I
dumb.
don't know. It's weird. This time, don't climb down a wall to get into a gorge where a waterfall lets out. If you can't walk up it, the carrier won't follow you.
Right. Guess I'll go around.
Well, I don't go that way. Don't go. Okay, too late now.
This is gonna be a long walk.
Well, It's on the network, isn't it?
Nope.
You didn't connect the farm to the network?
I have no idea. It's not relevant.
Yeah, it is. It's
Why?
extremely relevant. Because if
Now.
you're in the network on... Okay, you know what? I'm not even going to talk. I don't know why I even bother talking to you. God damn it.
It's a close one.
Because my exoskeleton is dead, and I have no truck.
Doesn't
So-
matter. I'm not even going to explain what I was going to say because you're just going to complain and bitch no matter what.
Well, you're going to tell me to build a charger, but I don't have any
No,
PCs to
no,
build
I
them?
wasn't actually. I wasn't actually. Keep being a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
I swear I picked up container repair spray.
There's a timefall shelter right there you can repair in.
Okay.
Seriously?
Won't matter, everything's fucked anyway. It's tedious.
There we go.
Well, I can't believe nobody's watching.
I wouldn't watch.
Good question.
He's always there.
Could be playing videos.
No. I could, but I'm not going to. Alright. I'm gonna go do something else that's worth my time.
I didn't hear a word you said. Okay.
I don't think this rain's gonna stop.
There you go. Shrek's not there anymore. Guess I'll do everything.
Facilities last weekend did not destroy the core components of the country's nuclear program.
CNN is scum, and so is MSDNC. They're all, and frankly, the networks aren't much better. It's all fake news.
The nuclear sites in Iran are completely destroyed. Both the Times and CNN are getting slammed by the public. Just piped.
Let's get to CNN is absolutely seething. And look, can we just all agree on one thing? And this is also why we talked about those on the Republican, whatever, the dissident right side, who were crapping all over yesterday. Hey, look, we have the most secure border we have ever had in our lifetime, potentially ever. Deportations are up. You can say not high enough, but they are up. Inflation is under control. GDP growth is going really well. All job metrics, employment metrics that we have available to us seem to be going pretty well right now at this point in time. Tariffs seem to have leveled the playing field quite a bit. Certainly haven't had the cataclysmic results that people said that they would, and they are having a net positive effect. And we just took out what the world has unilaterally agreed upon was the biggest nuclear potential threat of this century without killing anybody. Yesterday was a good day for America. If you can't celebrate the wins, and if we can't unify and find common ground on that, like it's about, this is where I am at this point in my life. It's about what's best for America. When people talk about MAGA, isn't it about what's best for America? Well, isn't a secure border, deportations, better handling of inflation, employment, and taking out nuclear capabilities, and at least a ceasefire, which, by the way, you guys may not realize, there are going to be rockets launched. It's just pick the month. In any given month, they're going one direction between Israel and Iran. We have some hope now. How can anyone be upset about that? Well, the CNN is pretty clear because it seems that they are actively rooting against the United States of America, which I certainly hope we don't see on the right. It's time for media malpractice.
Why should people be rooting for the U.S.?
All right, all references available, as we do every day, link in the description so you can peruse them yourself. So yesterday, only hours after the Israel-Iran ceasefire, CNN dropped this bombshell report, and we'll explain the truth after.
3 sources tell CNN that according to an early U.S. intelligence assessment, the U.S. military strikes on 3 of Iran's nuclear facilities last weekend did not destroy the core components of the country's nuclear program.
Based on a battle damage assessment that was carried out by U.S. Central Command, essentially looking at the images and looking at what was actually damaged, the Defense Intelligence Agency has assessed that the core components of Iran's nuclear program are largely intact, and that Iran's nuclear program has essentially only been set back by months.
Months meaning what, like 48 months?
Yeah,
exactly. 6 months?
Yeah.
How many months?
72 months.
Like, how many Leprechaun sequels will take place, be released during those months? Would you say he goes
to the moon?
Yeah, he goes back to the hood and or moon? Because if that happens, that's like years.
He'll go to the moon before Iran does, for sure.
Leprechaun goes to Tehran.
The Leprechaun actually went to space. Like, no one checked the shuttle. All right. so
any mythical midgets on board?
Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm sure it was a real break for him.
What's up with this pot of gold?
I guess I'll allow it.
So a few key facts here. They're saying, they're only set back months. That's trying to strip Donald Trump of the win. We'll get to a bunch of reasons this is verifiably untrue. But here's the key fact number one. Just last week, CNN told us that Iran's nuclear program, which now is only set back a couple of months, wasn't even really a thing, wasn't a threat. It wasn't a thing.
There is new CNN reporting indicate there are doubts in the intelligence community about how close Iran actually is to getting a weapon. CNN's Zach Cohen has this reporting. He's with us now. What are you learning, Zach?
Were they months away?
Yeah, John, there appears to be some daylight between the U.S. intelligence community and Israel, and I guess now Donald Trump, on this question of how close Iran is to obtaining a nuclear weapon. And specifically, sources telling me and our colleague Katie Bo-Lillis that the intelligence community assessed before the most recent Israeli strikes that Iran was years away, as much as 3 years away, from not only obtaining a nuclear weapon, but developing the system meant to deliver it at a target of its choosing. And that does really run counter to the more urgent and dire timeline that Israel and Donald Trump
let him cook it up.
Yeah. By the way, Zachary Cohen has lifeless eyes like a doll's eye. Doesn't look human.
What is that, Xanax?
Here's another key fact. I guess we'll call it key fact number 2. The IAEA, it's always hard to say. It's just vowels. Get a better acronym. The IAEA made it really clear that the damage to the sites there in Iran is massive. This is what this said. Given the explosive payload utilized and the extreme vibration sensitive nature of centrifuges, very significant damage is expected to have occurred. And today, the White House released this statement from the Israel Atomic Energy Commission. I know I'm not only giving you the Israel Atomic Energy Commission, so don't say biased. It's not the only reference, to be clear, but they said, we assessed that the American strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities, combined with Israeli strikes on other elements of Iran's military nuclear program, had to try and wedge their own wins in there, has set back Iran's ability to develop nuclear weapons by many years. The achievement can continue indefinitely if Iran does not get access to nuclear material. So, They're now saying it's only been set back months, so Trump actually didn't do that much. Yeah, but you guys said that they weren't even close to it. They were years away, so none of this makes sense as far as your own math. All of the third-party agencies, and some who might be biased, are saying, yeah, this has been a scale of damage that is massive, that honestly we probably couldn't have predicted to be this effective. And here's another fun fact. The person behind this report, Natasha Bertrand, she's the same one who wrote that Politico article about the Hunter laptop story being Russian disinformation, which Meta and X and YouTube and Google used as the reason for banning that story during a critical election year. So it's the same broad who knowingly lied about that.
Yeah.
She is the source for, actually, Iran's fine.
It's fine.
Actually, they wanted you to hit their sites because that's what they wanted. So thank you. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. By the way, we included the Israel part because Israel, if they wanted to keep us involved, because, you know, Israel's kind of determining what the United States does, and Donald Trump bows down to Netanyahu, as we heard from so many other people, they would say, oh, you missed. Maybe we should go hit it again. Right. They would want us to continually stay involved. And even they said, yeah, like, job looks like it's kind of done.
What a good.
Yeah. We just do it.
Thanks. All right. Key fact number 3 here. This assessment, along with them being completely inconsistent, saying that Iran was not really a threat, and now saying actually they're still going to be a threat, they're only a few months behind. And the person who leaked this, of course, has been behind many fraudulent stories, most notably the Hunter Biden laptop.
She didn't leak it. She received the leak.
So she received the leak, and she was the source of it. Just to be clear, because we don't want to get sued. So along with all of those things,
the source.
This assessment and this whole thing regarding Iran may have been illegally leaked to CNN. And Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth
Legally leaked?
actually explained the extent of the damage, why we know that's the extent of the damage, and clarified that a criminal investigation regarding this illegal leak may be underway. And by may, I mean definitely.
Pete, do you have something to say about that?
Well, Mr. President, when you talk to the people who built the bombs, understand what those bombs can do, and deliver those bombs, they landed precisely
Tell my daddy
where
what
they were supposed
happened.
to. It was a flawless mission.
Flawless.
Right down where we knew they needed to enter. And given the 30,000 pounds of explosives and capability of those munitions, it was devastation underneath Fordo. And the amount of munitions, 6 per location, any assessment that tells you it was something otherwise is speculating with other motives. And we know that because when you actually look at the report, by the way, it was a top secret report. It was preliminary.
Looks at the camera.
That face.
Confidence.
Funny.
All right, so this isn't, you make assessments based on what you know. They
And
don't.
it said it could be very devastating, very serious.
Moderate
in
to
that
severe,
report.
and we believe far more likely severe and obliterated.
Is there a leak investigation?
Motive here.
Is there a leak investigation?
Of course, we're doing a leak investigation with the FBI right now because this information is for internal purposes, battle damage assessments, and CNN and others are trying to spin it to make the president look bad when this was an overwhelming success.
Honestly, that's the first time I've seen someone answer so perfectly that President Trump himself acted as nothing more than a hype man.
Flawless, right?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, what's flawless?
Oh, shit!
Get a Pete!
Oh, damn! Snap!
Flawless victory.
That's my guy, Pete.
Right?
That's my boy. Put it there, put it there.
Top secret, by the way. That's a real.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Breaking overnight, a major upset in New York City's Democratic primary for mayor. 33-year-old state assemblyman Zohran Mamdani is now poised to
Okay, that's a long ass video. Here we go.
Exciting to come to the national capital to celebrate 250-year Army birthday and Flags Day and President Trump's birthday, all 3 events together.
We love you, we honor you, and we salute your noble service to our flag and to our country.
Anybody got a birthday message for Donald Trump?
Fuck off and die.
I think everybody here's an idiot unless they support Donald Trump.
Yeah, you're a fucking goat, bro. You're a fucking legend. Shit, that's it, baby. Do your thing, baby. Make us money.
We got better things to spend $45 million on. They want to cut PBS, though.
Yeah, like
The white people here are either too happy or too angry. Who's the angry white man? I need good footage.
When these people are taking away rights from gays, women, trans, minorities, everybody else, they're the ones creating that war. Republicans are not American.
Well, thank you, Heavenly Father, for this day. We declare and decree that it still will prevail, Lord. We'll have victory in this nation. No insurrection, no riots, no disunity, no racism, none of that. We thank you, Lord, that there's peace here, Lord God. Protect our president and just protect the people of America, even if they don't support President Trump. We thank you that he's fighting for all of us, Lord God, and just continue to use him and have your way in this event and in our nation. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. What's up, guys? It's Matt with Channel 5. We're in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. We're here for the parade that's going to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Army. It also happens to be Donald Trump's birthday. We were here also to cover the No Kings protest, but that has since been shut down by the organizers due to the fear that the military would be involved. So we're going to check out what's going on. Let's get into it.
Maybe.
What brings you here today, man?
Protesting against Donald Trump and this bullshit. I thought we were supposed to be saving tens of billions of dollars, and here we are spending, what, $50 million on this parade? We imported half the military equipment that's here from Texas. That cost a fuckload. Yep. It's gonna cost a fuckload to fix all the streets. If these dipshits would stop doing it, we wouldn't have to deal with it. Democrats want to help everybody.
The ones who resort to name calling.
How about the fact that California and New York pay all the bills for your shitty red states? California by itself has the 5th largest economy in the entire world.
What's that got to do with anything?
The fact that we get all of the federal money from that. Nobody believes in states' rights versus federal rights. It is 100. Was I done talking? Why do you keep interrupting me? Can I finish my sentence? Are you guys afraid of what I have to say? So then why do you keep interrupting me? Can I finish an entire thought?
Because you haven't took a breath yet.
Can I? Okay, why does that matter? I'm in better shape than you are.
Oh, really?
Republicans are not Americans. Only liberals can be Americans. Conservatives are piece of shit.
I hate liberals like you hate conservatives, but I don't discount them as being American.
Oh, I go.
Badass.
Dude, damn.
Yo, put camera over there. I would not want to be on the other end of that. Yeah, for sure.
I'm proud of my country. I love my country. We are united more than the left will tell us. And so having something like this to rally people together, I think that's really important.
We're big supporters of the military. We're big supporters of Trump. We're big supporters of America. And this is very much an American celebration, and we wanted to be here. Do you think this is an efficient use of taxpayer dollars? Do you think it's worth the $25 to $40 million price tag? I think it absolutely is. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a demonstration of American strength and American pride and showcase our military to the world.
I think it's good use. It's going to make our army look good.
Trump wanted a military parade in his first term. He's a dictator, and this is what dictators do. He wants to stand up there and everybody praise him. There should be Meals on Wheels and cancer research for children, which has all been cut. So that's what we need to fund, and not military on the streets of America. Trump told Fox News that he wants everyone to treat him like Kim Jong-un.
He speaks and his people sit up at attention. I want my people to do the same.
Everybody adores him and loves him and praises him, and that is not America. Obviously.
There's a lot of people that are trying to destroy this country from outside and within, and it doesn't do a bit of harm to show off a little bit of our abilities, and maybe some people could realize that we're not just going to get pushed over. The other thing of it is compared to all the things that go on in this country, what money is being spent here is a pittance. When you start adding up the things that DOJ has found, all the crazy stuff with Social Security, fraud, all the stuff that's going on with the illegals and the money being spent there.
I don't think DOJ is a real thing, but I will tell you that the real waste comes from places like Lockheed Martin, how they're able to get so wealthy off of the U.S. military. Some people even lose their homes over the U.S. forces, and even the people that can't even get the VA benefits are treated even worse.
There's always room for improvement, but I'm 100% disabled through the VA. Trump is definitely pro-veteran. He absolutely loves us.
We're learning the widespread layoffs by the Trump administration now hitting veterans.
When they said Donald Trump doesn't support veterans, our vice president is a veteran. How does that make sense? Didn't DOJ cut funds for the VA? No.
VA jobs across the country are at risk due to government efficiency cuts.
When you look at what happens at the VA, we do not take good care of anybody, and that includes the veterans.
There has been cuts to the VA. Fortunately, you have problems such as, I believe it was in Nashville, they're having orgies at the VA. No shit. Yeah, you didn't hear that? Orgies? Yes, look it up.
A VA medical center in Tennessee is under investigation right now. Lawmakers call serious sexual assault and harassment accusations troublesome.
We do not prioritize veterans as well as anybody else in this country as they're sick, homeless, They're just so poorly treated.
We were involved with a hurricane effort to rescue people in North Carolina, to help people down there.
The Trump administration blasting FEMA after discovering a $59 million payment used to help house migrants in New York City hotels.
Money that was supposed to go to them never went to them. It was going to the immigrants, and so it's left to patriots like ourselves. Those people paid taxes in Carolina just like everybody else, but where did their tax money go? That money was diverted and hijacked by the Biden administration. It was being put into the immigrants to stay in fancy hotels and live the life of Riley.
Hey, what's up, people? Let's take a quick break real quick to see how the media has been covering the military parade in D.C. As we know, different outlets push different agendas, shaping the story to fit their own narrative, which is why independent reporting matters, and we here at Channel 5 are 100% committed to bringing y'all raw, unfiltered coverage. And means helping to support us, which means that we can keep making videos like this and giving y'all coverage that isn't watered down or dictated by corporate interests. So check it out, stay informed, and don't let the media tell you what to think.
What is your opinion on illegal immigration?
Legal immigration, I don't like him. I don't like him. If you want to come in the United States, you need to apply. And if you're not a criminal, you're able to come, not illegal. Illegal people, we don't change the illegal law. If you're coming in illegal, you're making the crime.
They need to get these illegals out of here.
Terrorists.
Kill all terrorists.
Kill all terrorists.
Do you think all illegal immigrants are terrorists? Not all of them, but most of the fentanyl and stuff in California is coming across the border. That's where I'm from, and that's a huge problem over there, and we need to get that to stop. And the only way to stop it is get the illegal people out that are bringing it across the border. We need to close our borders.
I oppose the illegal crossing the border. It's unfair. If you come to America, you have to come legally like me. Not just cross the border and jump into the line. That's unfair to the people apply and in the line. So I totally oppose.
I know so many Mexican people, who is over here before illegal, long time ago, and working nice and paying the taxes. There's people we needed. We need the farmer workers, the construction. I told you, American people doesn't want to work. I'm Hungarian. I'm making the wood job. I'm making furniture. I'm making gardening. I'm making cement. I do everything. Nobody work what I doing. The American woman, no, only go to the beauty parlor, gallivanting the friend with the restaurant and drinking wine all day or beer. I drinking water because American people doesn't want to do it. American people doesn't want to do the heavy, hard job and a dirty job. The people who is working the farm coming before 21, yes, because they working. They paying the tax,
Before 2021? So
yeah,
during
21.
During Biden's administration?
Yeah, before Biden.
Somebody come here under the visa. If your visa expire, you have to renew or you have to come back to your own country and reapply. You cannot break the law to stay here. You become illegal because America is a law and order. You have to follow the law.
Donald Trump is a convicted felon.
I believe that he's innocent. He's for American people. They don't want him to be a president, so they try to kill him, but luckily God saved him and he saved America.
Do you think it's a good idea to negate all those student visas for international students?
I think most of the Chinese coming here, I'm not talking about all, but most spy. I'm guaranteed spy. They come over here and they steal the information and they come back home to do damage to America. So I agree that yank all the visa.
The Trump administration stopped scheduling new interviews for international students seeking visas to study in the U.S.
I heard that there were some people in my school being affected, but not particularly me. My visa is totally valid within its expiration time, and there's no reason for it to be terminated. In a way that is not political at all, this kind of action will affect the institutions themselves and violate the law which this country is built on. So I don't think that will be the case.
There was no King's protests planned for D.C., but a lot of them disbanded due to the threat of the use of the military.
I've seen a few people here protesting, and they're doing it nice and quiet. They're not raising holy hell, and it's fine. I've seen people wear shirts with no Kings on it, and that's fine. They're not this.
Did you see his Israel coverage?
No. I'm making this traversable for people.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is normally when you're in timefall, people will drop timefall shelters in the network. Like, you think I was stupid enough to see or think that you already didn't come to the conclusion that you would have built a generator if you had the ability to build a generator? Why would you think that I would tell you, hey, build a generator, when your suit's clearly dying, your truck has already died? You think I don't know you can't build a generator?
I lost like 3 of the packages too, by the way. I took all my shit down a hill, went back up, got the rest of it, came back down, lost half of it.
What I was trying to say too is that I haven't put a video on because my chinchillas were still out.
Oh, I listened to the soundtrack album as well. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, the licensed music or the Low Roar album?
Whatever the official soundtrack is, so it's all
the
these
score
songs.
itself.
Yeah, so all the songs that play when you run.
Yeah.
Shit. Listen to it at the gym. I'm like, there's probably no gym music.
You want to see a secret real quick?
What?
If you are idle long enough for Sam to wait to sit, you should be able to whistle now because you learned the whistle from the BB Vision. And there's a guy in Act 1. He's like at the head of a waterfall. You have to climb up and traverse up to a waterfall to find him. But if you do enough missions for him, like he wants you to go get music that washed away in the river. So then you have to trek back down the waterfall with ropes and stuff and then grab the music. And he gives you a harmonica. And when you rest, the harmonica comes out and Sam plays the BB lullaby with the harmonica.
Yeah, well, you got lucky. The next guy, his package is fucked.
Go look at Sam's feet.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
I'll do it later. It's a circle.
Whoa! Turbo mode.
Give me bug.
Disturbing anything. You know, they're not burning down a building, a car, or whatever. But at the same time, you know, there would be a military presence that would say, you know, look, you're not going to loot, you're not going to burn things.
When I saw bricks going through windshields and things like that, I said, they're going to get killed.
If we didn't send out the National Guard, Los Angeles would be burning right now.
Somebody had to do something to step in and make sure that they stay safe. And I felt like Trump did what he had to do. I don't fault him for it at all. A lot of people are saying that he didn't have the right to do it or the authority. I feel like as the president, he has the authority to do whatever he wants. You know, that's why we voted him in as the president, because we trusted his decision-making skills were going to be the best for us as a country.
Peaceful protest should never have martial law. People have the right to protest. It's in the First Amendment in the Constitution. We do not follow the president. We follow the U.S. Constitution here, period.
They're so afraid of martial law. They see any military, that's the first thing they think, martial law. But they got to understand, the military is not just to protect us from other countries. We also got enemies within our country. So we got to be protected from them as well.
So you're okay with the military being used against civilians if we're a threat to ourselves?
If we're a threat? Of course. I'm the police, whoever you have to use to make sure other citizens are safe, you got to, by any means necessary.
The president's doing what he has to do. You got Gavin Newsom that doesn't want to do anything, and you got Karen Bass that doesn't want to do anything. So Trump said enough is enough. I'm putting my forces in there. If anything, it'd be safe for everybody. The Marines, I mean, first he deployed 2,000 National Guardsmen, then 700 Marines. And the Marines are just waiting at the gate to get in there and clean house.
It's the first time, I think, since the 60s that the executive branch called in the National Guard and the state didn't. And so it's just a show that Trump is just overstepping. There's no more checks and balances. He's doing what he wants, and it's a show of strength. He's trying to get people scared because the scared population is not one that's going to fight.
We're here on the National Mall. The Washington Monument is literally right there. And behind us, as you can hear, there's music for the celebration of the 250th anniversary of the Army, and we're now awaiting the arrival of President Trump. There's snipers on the roof. They don't want a repeat of the last time there was an attempt on his life. And the crowd right now is not massive. It's big, but it's not huge. We heard from a soldier that the crowd will probably increase right before the parade. He's going to speak behind a pretty thick shield of bulletproof glass that's set up for him. He's going to address the crowd, and then I guess we're going to see tanks in the street.
Every other country celebrates their victories. It's about time America did too.
They're already making it look way cooler
It is
than
cool
it
to
was.
see this, but I will say it's a little underwhelming, I'm not gonna lie.
The spectacle drew sharp criticism and was believed to be by many a lackluster event. In fact, social media users criticized the parade's presentation, pointing to sloppy marching, poor formation, and low crowd energy. Visuals, in fact, showed tanks passing in complete silence, while others showed sparse audiences and out-of-sync troops.
What'd you think of the parade, man?
I think it was a long line, but it was pretty cool. A great representation of our military, and I think that we really need to be more grateful for them and show more appreciation for sure.
I love it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing you need to see. I'm a German. I served in the German military. I moved to Texas 15 years ago, and finally I had a chance to see that mighty army here.
I think it's pretty badass that the tanks are coming through the street. I think it's pretty gangster. As you can see, things are pretty divided.
Hell yeah!
Both sides today has accused the other of being brainwashed. And the conviction I've seen from both sides is as fiery as it's ever been. You hear words like fascist being thrown around.
Things were discovered watching Ben Shapiro. Okay? I even sent us a message on the Twitter so I would remember. There was a hard lore drop today that I found. Yeah.
Half the people thought this parade was a good idea, half the people thought this parade was a terrible idea. All we can do is just keep asking people what they think.
It's a ridiculous nonsense. What do you think it is? It's a...
I got it.
Voters in your middle school election. If you ever ran for...
Okay. This shit's so funny.
Bus service and childcare to publicly owned grocery stores. And I think the most important thing here to remember is that young Democrats are basically 6th grade voters in your middle school election. If you ever ran for student body president in middle school,
nerd.
you will remember.
Did you hear that? If you ever read for student body president in middle school, and I said, out of everyone watching Ben Shapiro, that's like the Daniel Tosh pool joke where he talks about the grass dying underneath the pool.
Yeah.
You know? It's like that. It's like such a niche joke. But it's like, who knows that experience, Ben? That's a very weird, specific thing to say.
Nerds, that's who. Uh-oh, cutscene. I got it.
No.
That's you. Wait, what the fuck is happening? There.
The chinchilla can. You didn't look at Sam's feet enough, bro.
Mm-mm.
You gotta, seriously, You gotta like look at his feet 3 times real quick.
We already did it.
No. You gotta do it like 3 times in a row. It's an Easter egg. It's a foot-related Easter egg. Hey, are those feet?
Looks like hands.
No, you can see your feet in the other end of the pod.
I put on that back. You know. Oh my God.
Quiet! Shut up, BB. This is about virtual BB right now. He's excited. Bro, you got delivery boys. You employees delivery boys?
Guess so. Alright.
What was your quest?
I gotta go southeast.
Right.
Sam, sometimes other porters will return bridges. Therefore,
You know, this person is a you see the gold bike? That's the fucking that's what real G's fucking ride. Gold bike. Oh, that's long range too. So the long range you can't put crates on, but it has extra batteries. Tablet. You gotta give some fucking kid his iPad?
I guess so.
Get rid of that destroyed cargo.
No, I still have to deliver it.
No, it's lost cargo and destroyed.
Oh, it is too. I got enough.
Order assigned. Delivery parameters updated. Time limit set.
Time limit? Oh shit, they're timing your ass. Anyway.
I'll do the feed thing later.
Sam, it's fragile. Though he calls himself a junk dealer now, your client used to work in comms as a repairman. Could fix anything, from simple wireless terminals to integral parts of the civic network. He was a good man, a pleasure to deal with.
Hey, another
But
bike.
after the attack near South Knot City, he changed. Not that I blame him. We gave him plenty of reason to distrust us.
Yeah, you got it. Where are you going?
This way.
She's doing the glitchy audio thing again. Anyway. Ben Shapiro's backstory real quick.
Is that young Democrats are childcare to organizations of the city. and embraced an economic platform that included everything from free bus service and childcare to publicly owned grocery stores. And I think the most important thing here to remember is that young Democrats are basically 6th grade voters in your middle school election. If you ever ran for student body president in middle school, you will remember that if you ran a normal campaign, pledging, for example, that you were going to clean up the gym better, and then some kid came in and said, I pledge free ice cream and no homework for everyone, and all the kids voted for that idiot. Yeah, that's New York City when it comes to all of the
That idiot! Why did they vote for him instead of me? My policies were superior.
Fucking nerd.
Like, bro, that's his origin story, man. That's when it all started. 6th grade. Then he got these evil eyebrows. Okay, honkies. Fucking for real, you know? Always be honking at you.
Hey, bro. Get away. Fucking dirty cunt.
Yeah, aren't they great? This is probably one of the more annoying mule camps because it's south of the main base.
Yeah.
And basically anything you do in this whole area, you got to go through them.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Well, eventually you'll have like enough infrastructure. Like when you get somebody on the network, bridges will start spawning and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, PCC. And a ladder. Those are super useful in this area. Why would you waste that? There you go. That's what you want to waste, is the metals. Fucking fragile chiral printer throwing it at this motherfucker. You fucking ape. You kill wife.
It was only a level 1 PCC.
Yeah, but you can still print bridges with that.
Sure.
So I guess to dodge, you hold both triggers and press X.
Ah. That's dumb.
Okay, and then
Still works.
if you pull out your strand, the rope you have, I'll just show you. This is like one thing. It's like, now pull it out like a tool. Like you hold it to deploy it. Like you can now parry shit with it. So they'll come at you to swing, and you can tie them up in it, and then swing them around, and you can also sneak up behind them and choke them with it. But I want to say you get like an insta-kill taser type thing.
Okay.
That makes them really irrelevant, but that's... I'm not sure.
I see.
It's useful when you're really overloaded.
Yeah. My truck now, bitch. The base is like literally over there.
Yeah, but you should get this place on the network first before you do raids anyway. It's just going to be easier on yourself.
I'm just going to pull this shit out.
Okay. If you leave it in there, it'll be there later.
Special alloys, they can stay there.
Yeah. Just get this shit on the network. It's real, it's, you know, you just run, it's gonna be enough of a struggle to get it on the network already. This area is so fucking annoying, bro. It's not the most annoying. But like, you know how that moment you had where the waterfall, where you're like,
yeah,
wow, can I just kill myself?
Yeah.
This area is normally when like most people get that for the first time.
Okay.
It's so funny. It's, you know, it's funny because it's literally like a minefield in front of you, right?
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, just look at it. Does that look like a fucking hazardous zone?
Yeah, a little bit.
Doesn't look super traversable to you?
Kind of.
There you go, delivery boy. You're also, I don't know if you get the quest first, but there's a person called a cosplayer, and they're like at the tip of a waterfall, and that's where the Conan O'Brien Easter egg is.
Okay.
So he's the person who's at that, and he gives you a flotation device.
That's handy.
It's funny because when your hood goes up, it makes a silly childlike inflation sound.
Oh, that's funny.
And so there'll be dramatic points in the game where there will be in cinematic and rain will start and it'll fucking make this inflation silly sound. Man, this is like Dinosaur Planet, you know?
What do we have here? A delivery. For me? This is in great shape. Excellent work.
Way to go! This was only like bashed a little bit by a mule scepter.
Only bit.
The infamous chiral network. I'll agree to a trial run. Not just of the network. UCA is a whole other matter. So you can connect me, yes? Well, okay. Go ahead then.
I'm no one's messenger boy, all right? I'm a delivery boy.
Shrek in the corner gets views. That baby is weird. Can we eat it yet?
Interesting. I'll think about joining the UCA at a later. Ah, take it.
Hell yeah.
Sunglasses?
Yeah. But the thing is, Kojima also like designs all the fucking merchandise around his games too.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Like if you check his deliveries, he has a delivery for the cosplayer. I don't know who has it, but I don't know if you have to find the quest first. No.
Sure.
No, fuck them. Fuck this.
I'm going back there anyway.
No, you're not. You're going further south to do. You're on 2 deliveries, I thought.
Viral printer cartridges? Should I take that?
Nah. It'll be there later when you have more infrastructure anyway.
Hmm.
Order assigned.
Did we talk about how the porters are based off of a real guys in Japan?
No, but I assume there was something like that.
Yeah. You're gonna love this shit, bro.
Turns out a one wheel is probably better for this. Hell yeah. This is what we're talking about.
さんも熊がいるんで、あ、いる。もう子熊がいるってことは親熊そこにいるから。
So these guys, see, they have literal porter tracks, literally to route them. So all the porters basically built these tracks together.
Interesting.
So these are the guys that basically, like, they go up into these, see, they're starting at the bottom of this mountain because they have to go make deliveries to, like, these, like, isolated people who live on the mountains, who depend on them.
Yeah.
So they, like, have made their own little fucking delivery path through the mountains and stuff.
It's pretty cool.
Still got it.
Oh, look, that bear. That's a fucking tiny ass bear.
Holy shit. Oh, not that one.
A 5-year-old walks like this. It happened yesterday too. He was walking yesterday too. His son, bought me that cake.
Oh.
Are you serious? Well, Maki bought it too. If I say
Okay.
cake now...
I don't need to know what they're saying.
I can't hear what you're saying.
I said I don't need to know what they're saying. I'd rather just not understand and to see them do their little walk.
快適なんだ。まあこのバードの長靴はいいもんね。
日本上から入ってこれないように S で。
無理無理熱い熱い。死ぬ。
That's what you need, a bucket hat for Sam.
薄いのがあっても熱いと思う。
I'll need those guys when I fucking run away to the mountains of Japan.
Delivering cargo.
Cock.
Okay.
Long time gone, my girl. All because of some terrorist nut jobs. And their buddies at Fragile fucking Express. Not to mention the Bridges assholes who had to go and kick the hornet's nest. Whatever. Let's see the goods. You make good time, like you're supposed to. That's your job, isn't it?
Your job is not my problem.
As far as I'm concerned,
I need both of those on the soundboard.
They're already on there. Put them on the drive.
So take your Cupid and fuck off.
Okay, goodbye.
Fuck you.
Well, okay then. Something tells.
Okay, so this side quest.
Hey, Sam. I was looking through my old client database.
This side quest is worth doing.
And you know it.
One, because it has a good story, but two, your reward for doing it will be really good boots.
Probably
Okay.
as well.
Good work. New order available. Please act.
That one?
Ollie. Yeah, it's a. This is going to be a BT mission. You see, it says cargo collection BT area.
Mm-hmm.
You can just put all your shit in the private locker. So
That's what I'm doing.
yeah.
Order assigned.
Throw ladders at the ghosts.
Just had to give you some.
Weapons restrictions. Let's see.
Look. Oh no, the ladder you put at the wind farm is starting to rot.
Great. Where's the... he's not on the network.
You can get the bike running through the BT area, but you know, it's gonna erode if it's getting rained on and shit. You just have to keep trying to start it up, and it will go.
Okay.
Do you think it should have more sneaky music or more spooky music during these sections?
It should be more intense.
Does it... is it like a minimum weight requirement?
I need 60 of the 110 kilos that's here.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Like, there's just a lot, so I was like, there's no way you need everything.
Yeah.
Kill wife. Think about wife. You want it all, don't you?
30, 10, 20. Okay, I've got it. Fuck you.
They'll drop crystals.
I know. Just double checking. I've got everything.
Didn't you just drop stuff? What'd you drop?
Yeah, I'm just double checking. I'm gonna pick one more up just so I have a little bit over. Yeah, okay, I got 70.
70 of 60, yeah.
Well, grab. Where's me black?
Where'd you leave it? See.
Back here.
Just letting you know that hey, this was quest item you had and put down. That shout out to Ghost-Faced Killer D4. Right? That's what it was.
Yeah,
The
that
bike.
was.
Thanks for the bike, bro. Thanks for putting it in the share locker and using materials on it. And obviously, because it's gold and a long-range bike, I know you like a real gangster. Someone's asking about utility pouches.
What?
On the side there, text showed up, and it said something like, Sam, utility pouches? I don't know. I couldn't read it. It was cut off.
I didn't say it.
Oh, it's probably just saying that it's auto-equipping blood bags to your utility pouch. Hot spring. Hang on, where is it? Wait. You're at a hot spring. You gotta fucking find that shit real quick. It just said you're at one.
I don't know what that means.
It's they're like a whole thing you can do.
Okay, I'll come back.
I just saw a star, something like hot spring nearby. Actually, if you have someone with you, they'll also get in the hot spring naked with you. But not if they're a guy. Because, like, you can get the porter NPCs to follow you or something.
Oh, that's funny.
Delivering cargo.
You can maybe tie them up and carry them or something. I don't know. This guy definitely listens to Law Dispute. I think I shit in my sleep, darling. This is a Law Dispute ass motherfucker, man. This girl is pretty cool. I follow her on Instagram, but I haven't seen her post in a long time. Is that Shodan talking at you?
No, it's...
yourself now in Ukraine? My husband is there.
Well,
And
I can see you very
Yeah. I watched this.
Well, more than I asked for.
Dude, later, this girl says she's from Spain, and he talks shit from Spain, doesn't take her question, and moves on. It was so funny. But, like, that's the thing with Trump is every press conference, it's the same fucking thing. Like, I obviously, like, I took my, like, little, like, off day and slept to catch up on all the sleep, right? And I came back, nothing had changed.
Great.
There was no new relevant information.
It's rough stuff, right? Nice stuff. And you're living here?
He's wrong. She's in a shelter southeast of the ruins. Mind if I take over? If he's not coming
If
outside,
you're gonna watch a video, put it on the screen, doofus.
and I'm guessing he'll feel better taking it out on me.
The
Doofus.
anti-missiles, as they call them.
As they when he knows that's his. If he knows he's wrong, it's some other dumbass said that, not me. So, you've also heard of this. Back me up, right, Marco?
It's so funny.
Dude, so I watched this earlier, and I said, if he was smart, he would transition this being like, now that the war is over in Israel, maybe I'll give Ukraine these missile systems and end the war in Ukraine too, and then maybe they'll give me my Nobel Peace Prize.
That would not be a bad thing for him to go with, honestly.
Dude, people would fucking light up if he said that at the NATO conference.
Mm-hmm.
Because he literally brings up how they were in Israel intercepting missiles.
Yeah, like, surely he realizes that compromising NATO means Europe gets an army. That's another imperial
Bro, no.
power
Bro,
to fight America.
the NATO summit went excellent.
Did it really?
Oh, yeah.
So he's not being a fuckwit anymore? Like, they've cooled him down?
They literally... That's why he was mad at Spain. Because Spain still wasn't paying. But they literally called him daddy. Yeah. They said...
It's so frustrating.
Hey, let's just do what those Arabs are doing. He loves them. And they did. Yeah.
It's so funny how easily manipulated he is. Like, it's genuinely funny. And, like, the Megatites are gonna come and be like, oh, we got a mad victory here. Europe's paying their fair share. No, Europe just manipulated Trump to get what they wanted, like everybody else. And that's I think, for Americans, probably the worst thing is, like, your guy is so easily manipulated.
Back white.
You tell me, does this look like a guy who just had a bad time at the NATO summit?
White jacket? Yeah. Go ahead, give my mic. Hello.
Deborah Haynes from Sky News.
Good.
Mark Rutte, the NATO chief, who is your friend, he called you daddy earlier. Do you regard your NATO allies as kind of children?
No, he likes me. I think he likes me. If he doesn't, I'll let you know. I'll come back and I'll hit him hard, okay? No? He did it very affectionate. Daddy, you're my daddy.
Do you regard your NATO allies, though, as kind of like children, and they're obviously listening to you and they're spending more, and you're obviously appreciative of that, but do you hope that actually they're going to be able to defend themselves, defend Europe on their own?
I think they need help a little bit at the beginning, and I think they'll be able to, and I think they're going to remember this day. And this was a big day for NATO. You know, this was a very big day. They took it. One of the gentlemen said, you know what? We've been trying to raise money raise the rate for 30 years, he said, 20 years, from almost the beginning. And he's been there for a long time. He said, until you came along, it never happened. What you did is amazing. It's been sort of an amazing day for a lot of reasons, but also for that. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think they can do it without you, though, in the future? Can they do it without
Well, ask Mark.
States?
I mean, you have to ask Mark, okay? So we're heading back. We're heading back. I want to thank these two gentlemen behind me. They're incredible.
Kill the president.
Ben!
Ben, oh my god.
Jesus, Ben.
This is what happens when Trump turns on Israel? Wow.
I'll give you something. She says it's hers.
Also, the opposition in Belarus.
The what?
Hang on, I just got my shit taken. The opposition in Belarus was just let out of prison. So you know how there's the one girl, Trishkanovskaya. So her husband was the opposition leader. She became the leader of the opposition when he was in prison. And apparently Trump was a huge part of getting him out of prison.
Sam, that active skeleton is built for speed.
Let's go!
To augment muscle movement, enabling you to... There's even a boost function. To think he
Okay, so bro, now that you have this, for the mules to the south, you can just fucking cut right through them and make a shitload of deliveries.
How much does it drop the canary fast?
Well, like I said, if you put the carrier down on the ground and put the power skeleton on the carrier, like the worst thing that happens is that your carrier detaches from you if you fuck up and you jump wrong. Like, the carrier is pretty good at following you anyway.
Order assigned.
I have to carry this.
Yeah, it's fragile. Where does he want you to take it to?
Not sure.
Do you attach it?
Okay, it's doing the same thing again.
It's stuck?
Yeah, it was doing this the last time as well. So
No, just pick it up and put it down again, I guess.
no, it is not working. I tried.
Probably because you threw it too many times. Oh, you're out of Cairo crystals. So it's probably. You need crystals to fuel it.
Well, now it's gone.
Well, you don't have the crystals for it anyway. It's just going to take up weight.
Handle restrictions lifted. Handle with care.
He's reminding you to not fuck this up. See, like, it's like almost as fast as the bike, and you can actually traverse it terrain easier. Also, like I said, YouTube has a fucking edit function like StreamYard did, so we can cut up all the gameplay stuff.
Okay.
And really anything we want. Oh, you crazy. You crazy. Oh, bro, just fight it. You'll get the Cairo crystals.
Cannot be fucked.
They're nothing.
Yeah, I can't be fucked, and I have 2 grenades. I'm not dealing with that.
Oh, they give you grenades. Like, people will start spawning and, like, a bunch of weapons to fight the BT spawn with them. It's literally, like, you can't lose. Like, I've waited to see what it does and how long it takes for it to eat you. And it's a specific animation where it starts, like, lighting up and sucking in, and you have plenty of time to stop it. I wonder if you can get in a truck if you carry something by hand. Hey, you got likes.
Walked up worse.
Oh my god.
You truly are a master.
What?
That, you know, you aren't you glad the ladders are as sticky as they are?
So it should be.
It's like, you ever play the Assassin's Creed games?
Yeah.
You know, like how half the time you try to jump and because it simplified the controls, so you'll try to do one jump and you'll just jump backwards and just die.
Yeah.
That's because it's made by a corporation instead of a game designer.
Fucking Ubisoft.
Hey, can we just, you know, mass reproduce what we already have? Slightly different control mechanics, but make sure it's a third-person thing.
There's no fucking way. Just as I was about to use the fucking grenades, they broke.
The grenades? Oh, they eroded?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It'd be cool if you could throw shit to distract them.
You can on the definitive edition, it kind of. There's like lures that you can, I mean, that's what the piss lures, that's what they are used for. Is you can push them or make them move to a certain location. But then also you can get cargo lures. So you can deploy decoy cargo for the mules and shit.
Oh, we're good.
Yeah, just don't fall and you should be just fine. Right?
Theoretically.
Sam Porter Bridges.
Couple 100 meters. Can I make the toggle the holder toggle?
What? Your hands? I mean, it would be in controls if there's any controls. Minimum button hold duration.
Ah.
Well, if that sets it up, does that mean if you let go of it for a certain amount of time, you'll hold on to it longer?
Not sure.
Oh, look, there's a BB. There's a control that maybe will help you. Controls for using BB. You can just use the stick.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd rather shake it.
You can probably still shake it with the stick.
Okay, there's no toggle. Control for readying weapons? Toggle. Hold down, that's what I want. Control for sprinting, toggle, yep. Actually, let's make it hold down. Auto aim, that works for me. Cool. Hmm. Yeah, that one.
Oh, you got HDR?
Yeah, just on the
That'll do nothing for anyone else.
Nope.
Unless
just
they
me.
have HDR.
Ah, I thought I was gonna get lucky. I didn't hold the trigger while coming out of the menu, and it held it for a little bit.
There we go.
It's like I'm just going through because I can just make little cuts in other VODs and then have them just save as new to private.
Mm.
Why'd you drop it?
Because I let go.
I'm shocked. Oh my god.
Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure.
I'm shocked. Like, the fact you're even comfortable setting it down. That tape has been read for like half of the delivery. There you go. See, if you release it gently, he sets it down gentle instead of just fucking throwing it at the ground like a mongoloid so it stumbles down the hill.
It's fine.
Yeah, you got it there.
Are you with Fragile Express? No. You're a Bridges porter, aren't you? I'm not.
Jeff Bridges.
Delivery boy.
Oh, it's nothing dangerous, is it? Oh my lord.
Oh my
I never
lord.
thought I'd see this again. Let me have a closer look. Thank you. It's got a few nicks, but nothing that can be fixed.
Fuck off.
I still can't.
And now I gotta figure out where these can go in the actual thing. They're also
What?
good.
Huh?
Because he have so clean assholes.
Get rid of that one?
You tell me.
I think so. Give me a minute.
Anti-air missile. Someone else called him that, not me. Bro, it's like, I don't know. Because, like, I want to say it's shocking, but it's not shocking.
Mm.
You
Your
know?
job is my problem.
Like, I knew exactly what was going to start happening.
Mm.
Like, it's only a few months in. I'm already like, yeah, he's going to be out of office soon, right? It's been 4 years.
Trump.
Yeah.
No one. All right. I'm a delivery.
Dead air. I'm editing all this shit, bro.
I know. I was just looking for another one because I took off because I put it on the page with. So I took off the me saying stop and the poggers one, but I want to keep the poggers soundbite, so I'm moving it, but I don't have it on my list.
It's difficult to cut out like this type of stuff through YouTube,
Yeah.
especially when it's fucking annoying.
There it is. Okay. So it is still there. So
I may have fucked up.
why?
Nothing. I may have because I didn't. If you save, you have to save as new,
Mm.
right? Because if you save, then you'll delete half the shit you're working on.
Yes.
But I think I'm good because I cut one half, save that as new, and then the other half that's the actual stream VOD. It's the second half that I accidentally saved as the stream VOD. But even if we fuck up and save over something on YouTube, we can always pull it from Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's a whip, there's a way. Copyright. Let's see.
What was copywritten?
You put on a Thoughty 2 video?
A what?
And Thoughty 2 claims.
I don't know who that is.
Well, maybe it was something. Let me see what the video is. Someone detonated a nuclear weapon somewhere. That video got claimed.
Yeah, okay.
Which is fine. I'll just trim that shit. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's fine. See you later. You don't want shout outs? Fuck yourself.
I mean, it doesn't. I understand because he makes content that's slop content that for streamers would be able to slopify anyway.
Yeah.
I understand why that specific guy would claim.
Yeah,
to get ad revenue.
Even though we're not getting any ads or.
That's the thing is just that it had no effect, but I'll still cut it because if they claim it, then I'm just gonna cut it anyway.
Yeah, fuck them.
I'm happy to be a part of the UCA.
Well, it's more of if they don't want it. If that's the thing is, I'm kind of opt in, opt out. You know, like if I know someone explicitly doesn't want their content watched on live streams, then I won't do it.
Yeah. Just like Asmongold. You like Asmongold for real.
He said something as well earlier where I was like, well, he's based for that one. I don't remember what it was, though.
Yeah.
It was just, yes! You fucking... That's what told you this quest was worth it. Okay. So the grenades don't take your blood, right? They just take it passively when you have them?
Every time you use it.
It does fill up with blood.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the gun, you do charge it because it does fill with blood.
Mm.
I have to see him again.
The fuck
so remember how I said that if you have a girl with you, you can go to the hot spring and they'll get naked with you?
I made this for him, you know. When the terrorists attacked, my mother and I barely escaped with our lives.
Can you speak English?
I tried to
This is
find
America.
I did.
I don't come to your language. Try to speak your Ching Chong language.
But that's not why I stopped. My mother never liked him. She made that pretty clear.
As long as you're making fun of racists.
You
You know? That's the joke. Is that I'm making fun of a racist. You know, it's like the black KKK guy.
I believed her. Until I heard that message. It's him. It's really him.
Oh god, she's crying. Jack, this is supposed to be an emotional scene. I should have never given up.
I knew he was out there somewhere. But
So she thought he was dead?
No.
I guess.
So I tried to make my peace with it.
Oh, so sounds like the mom is like, I don't like that boy. He's dead.
Only I couldn't. Not even if I do wanted to. I was stuck in the past, unable to move on.
I really hope there's more of these types of quests in the second game, because this is like really the only one that's like this.
I'm ready to go.
I'm no one's
Right
messenger
now,
boy.
everyone.
All right. I'm
Well,
a
she-
boy.
You're literally doing that right now.
I know. It's literally Fiona.
You wouldn't dare. Oh, you gotta take the quest.
Yeah.
You gotta take the human trafficking quest.
I love it. This is what I'm here to do. Human trafficking. Okay. Guess I'm not taking that one.
That there's a should do some damage to